Hey everybody! Thank you so much to Rosa and Pedro, our volunteers du jour. Let me tell you, you guys look great. But yeah, the numbers were a little backwards, and we just got our pizza delivered. There's Joanne is back helping me. She's got the pizza.
Got the pizza.
All right, so you can just put that in the kitchen. And we'll start our live streaming here. You don't need to watch us eat. But Joanne was up here yesterday helping me out, and she came back again today because, again, my friend Olivier's not here who was helping me earlier. So I think we'll be ready to get started now. So we're going to look at some work that Joanne has been doing over at the piece that we've been working on today, which is our sustainable. No, this is our sequestration costume, and that is this one here. Okay, so right now we're working on the skirt. All right, and what we've got on here, this part here are representing mangrove roots, which are really good for gathering carbon in the air. And what I want you, oh, where'd you go, honey?
That's okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You coming back?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what I wanted to show you was some work that Joanne is doing with knotting and preparing the fringe. So if you just want to demonstrate now, Joanne. There we go. So what we're doing is we're recycling a whole bunch of ribbon that Earth Celebrations has had over the years. We're going to watch Joanne working with securing the ribbons for Okay. Sorry, everyone. Okay. So, like I said, this ribbon has been recycled over many years. I've seen it since the Hudson River pageant. We've had all this from Materials for the Arts. Another recycled element, Rosa, you might recognize this. These are strips of indigo dyed silk, the same silk that Rosa and Pedro were still using, with other sustainable goals already written on them from 2 years ago that we had costumes for children that we had made. And again, I'm holding one of the mangrove roots, and what the dress is representing is how the ocean and algae in particular collect carbon in the environment. And so the ribbon and everything are representing the algae and seaweed under the water. So up here is our ground level, and then we're kind of swimming in the underwater down here. And it's all put together with hoops that are made from reed. this costume be wearing. Okay, so I think when the person who wears this is walking, we're gonna have to make sure they wear tights because it will be a little see-through underneath there. So so that you see, it's a time-consuming process here in what Joanne is doing right now. And then what I'm doing currently with this, let's see if you can see this in the video. Can you see me? Yes. So some other ribbon that we have, and I'm working on a, let's see, let me get some more light on there.
I do want to add that it's a wonderful opportunity, during this period of time that we actually can't work maybe outdoors. I do work on trees, pruning trees. I'm a licensed New York citizen tree pruner, and also a super steward for the care and cleanup of the tree beds around the city. So while I'm in that state where I can't be out there really doing a whole lot of work, this is a wonderful opportunity to join Michelle and make something or help to create something that's also connected with the environment. And I think it's very special. Mm-hmm. So thank you again for inviting me to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean that Joanne is taking the subway to get up here because she lives down just south of Stuyvesant Town, right?
Across from Stuyvesant.
Right across
Peter Cooper.
From Peter Cooper Village.
Yeah.
So she's coming up a long way, but Joanne, like I said yesterday's video, she's a licensed tour guide. So she's
medical assistant
and a medical. She's got a wide range of background here, but in particular, she's really open to being out in the New York City streets and
with safety.
With safety, of course. Yes. She comes in. She was wearing. Well, we know that. She was buying masks. One of the earliest people I saw really investing in masks before everyone else was. And she has her, what kind of glove? Those are neoprene gloves that you're wearing?
Yes, and they're wonderful because every night I can wash them when I go home and they're ready for the next morning. So, safety being most important, but you do need things that are functional. And those are functional. I can use my cell phone. I don't have to worry. And
because to be honest, I've been really disgusted by all of the disposable gloves I'm seeing in the streets, mm-hmm. and the masks I'm seeing in the streets. It's just disgusting me. Yeah. I mean, just before all this happened, we tried to get rid of plastic bags, but that's back into practice also.
Right.
So
in a big way.
So if there's not one thing, it's another. Unfortunately, we seem to be experiencing.
But with a little thought, a little advanced thought, and really care. This may not be the last time we see something like this, so we can start thinking about how we can recycle, how we could find things that we can reuse. And that's what this is all about.
Mm-hmm. So even though the earlier costume that I made, which was the zero waste, which I'll be showing you the headdress in a little bit, this costume, even though it is the only way that the reason why the roots are able to stick up like they do is because there is wire in there. It's sculpture wire, but it's, again, it's all recycled materials that we are using. So I do want to get this out of the way so you can see me. And what I'm doing is doing a process of just wrapping the yesterday where Pedro needed green ribbon to do the finishing for the costume that he's just was showing us in the sewing, and Rosa needed some other supplies, so we were able to coordinate. And Joanne was commenting that she knew what he looked like, but not with a mask on.
A totally different person showing up.
Yeah,
It was great, but we met.
But yeah, it worked like clockwork. So I'm really glad we were able to coordinate that drop-off point so that those two can continue finishing up the Sustainable Development Goals costume. And I was on the phone with Anastasia, who's working on the headdress for that. And then we're going to be putting Joanne into this costume later. So what we're doing is, we're still attached to all this ribbon and yarn, so we're going to sort of pin them in.
Right, thanks.
In place so that we can get this costume on to Joanne later on before we turn off today.
And again, what a wonderful project to be working on during this time. I mean, it's lifting our spirits. It's really giving us something to really put our energy in, and definitely now is the time to have some great projects and get involved, really, with anyone you can.
Indeed. Okay, so let's put our roots back down. Okay, so I'm actually gonna turn this off and start up again so that Joanne can turn the camera around. Okay? All right.